All right, guys, Adam Blue here again with another week in gaming from BlueGamer.net. I watered my hair just a bit before I started. It was about 2 feet tall, and I really need to get a haircut, so I just threw some water on and just let it do its thing. I've been busy, sunborn last week, been doing that whole thing, so, but I'm back. Another week in gaming, some cool news. Well, maybe. So EA now has the license to publish Star Wars titles, core Star Wars titles. This isn't going to be mobile or iOS stuff. That's still going to be done by Disney, but EA will be making these games. A lot of people are doing the whole Darth Vader no thing, but it could be good. They announced that they'll have DICE, that does the Battlefield games, make a game using the Frostbite 3 engine, as well as Visceral, who does the Dead Space games, making a game with the Frostbite 3 engine. So there's a lot of cool opportunity here. Just think, Battlefield, Battlefront. Just think of a Star Wars game like Battlefront, but in the Battlefield type gameplay. I mean, I'd want it to still feel like Star Wars, and I'm sure they could pull that off. Another thing could be Dead Space. Those controls are pretty cool. I always like the weighted feeling of being Isaac Clarke in Dead Space, but think of your Boba Fett. That'd be pretty, even Han Solo, walking around, doing all that, who knows? But they did say that there probably wouldn't be any titles until 2014, which makes sense. You don't want them to rush and come out with something. This could have been in the making. This could have been why stuff like 1313 and the Battlefront 3 were both canceled. Could have been because this was brewing the whole time, and then now they've announced it. So we'll see. EA, you know, we'll see what they do. Speaking of announced things, Bethesda has announced the new Wolfenstein. It's called Wolfenstein, I believe, The New Order, and it's going to be kind of like a reboot in a way. It's going to be retelling the story, but it looks like there's a lot more sci-fi elements to it. I saw a picture showing some mech-looking things. There showed a banner that said Mars on it. I'm unsure what that's all about. So there's going to be a lot of cool sci-fi fantasy elements. I would have kind of preferred just a basic in-castle Wolfenstein with updated graphics, trying to escape, maybe some updated gameplay mechanics. Fantasy setting, sci-fi setting, that's fine though. It will be single player only, no co-op, which I'm completely fine with that. Just not focusing on having to have multiplayer just as another checkbox, you know, on the back of the box, essentially. They're focusing on a good single player story, so I hope it's true. Now, with that whole Mars thing going on, I don't know what that's about, but then it makes me think, what if then the Doom franchise and the Wolfenstein franchise could essentially take place in the same universe? That's cool. That's some random fanboy fan fiction going on there, so I'll just avoid that. So, Sony had this trailer come out for, like, Gran Turismo 15-year anniversary, blah, blah, blah. I'm not too sure what they're trying to get at, or I kind of do. At the end, it kind of shows Gran Turismo, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a underscore. Obviously, they're going to be announcing 6. They're making an announcement on the 15th for this, so most likely, 15th, we'll hear about Gran Turismo 6. I don't know if you guys have been into that franchise much. I didn't really play too much on the first PlayStation. I kind of started with 4. I believe, and I thought it was okay. I had a lot more fun with the Forza Motorsports titles, to be honest, but let's just see. This is interesting if they're announcing it for the PS3 or if it's going to be a launch title for the PS4. Now, there's already been like kind of leaks of release dates of this being on the PS3, but it's very interesting to see these PS3 titles come out when the PS4 is around the corner, like Last of Us and now Gran Turismo. So that'll be interesting to see what happens. I don't know if you guys ever remember Shadow Warrior, first-person shooter on PC. I don't know if by then it was Windows 95 or still DOS, but came out around the same time as Duke Nukem. It was just an awesome, crazy first-person shooter. You played Lo Wang, the Shadow Warrior. Tons of one-liners, totally juvenile, lots of fun. It looks like it might be coming back. Devolver Digital, a publisher of some awesome indie titles, I guess posted something up on Steam Greenlight, and I don't know if it's supposed to be a joke. I'm pretty sure it is, but under like the software section, it's for a sword. What is it called? Like some sword detector thingy where or sword analyzer. It analyzes swords. It sounds kind of silly, but in the description, it was talking about like the Zilla Corporation, which is part of the Shadow Warrior universe. And the rumor is it's going to be, I believe it's Flying Wild Hog, who did the Hard Reset games, which are incredible if you haven't played them, that they'll be developing this title. Now that's pretty cool news. It's about time we got a new Shadow Warrior. That was a fun game back in the day. Getting more, these first-person shooters come out. Hopefully it's one of those where it takes advantage of the PC. It's kind of PC only, kind of like Hard Reset was. And Hard Reset was incredible if you guys haven't played that. But yeah, and you know what? I think that's about it for the week in gaming. Hopefully all that stuff was informative for you. Be sure to check out any of the other previous videos I've done. If you have any questions, any comments, or requests of what you'd like to see, go ahead and leave them below in the comments. See you guys later.